Hey guys, I would like to once again give a shout out to Wix and thank them for sponsoring today's video. I'm really thankful for their support and it's really helped me out. Wix is a website building platform that you can use to make some awesomely creative and professional websites. You can customize your page however you want by using their innovative drag and drop editor. There are plenty of pre-made layouts as well if you're less artistically inclined. For even more customization, you can use their coding platform, Corvid, to take your creativity even further. Whether it be for a shop, a blog, a forum, or a portfolio, you can build whatever you want with Wix. I'm creating a portfolio to showcase my best pieces. A portfolio is something every artist should really have, and Wix is definitely a great platform to create a digital portfolio on. It's super professional and will look great to those potentially interested in your art. It's really fun to try things out and move things around until you get a result you're pleased with. You can really design it however you want. So, if you're interested in checking Wix out for yourself, go to wix.com/gopompadourquerie and create your own website today. You can even check me out at pompadourquerieportfolio.com. So once again, big thanks to Wix for sponsoring today's video, and let's get on with it. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'm doing something different from what I've kind of done on my channel before. I decided to do an art style challenge, drawing in 8 different art styles, and then my own. So yeah, I just thought it'd be a fun little exercise to do. It's something I've wanted to do for a while, so finally decided to go ahead and do it. So the first style I'm drawing right now is my own. And just for those who are asking, I'm using Procreate on my iPad using the Apple Pencil. There's a child yelling outside. But yeah, I use Procreate on the iPad to draw. I've pretty much been using exclusively that for about a year and a half now. And I apologize for all the rotating and zooming and stuff that I do while I'm drawing. It's just how I draw. I know it can be a little headache-inducing to watch it, but I don't know what to do about that. That's just how I draw. So yeah, art style challenges. That's neat. It's pretty cool. Don't really know what else to say. It's pretty self-explanatory, I think. So I decided to go with like different artists that I like instead of doing like Disney and Ghibli and whatever, because I feel like those are just really done a lot, and I feel like they aren't as challenging as trying to emulate another artist's style, because things like Ghibli and Disney and like different cartoons and stuff, they kind of just have like flat colors, simple lines, whatever. But in these, I wanted to also emulate the coloring style and, you know, just the full rendering of what these different artists would do. So I went with artists that I like. And I'll have all the artists that I referenced down in the description, links to their pages, all that sort of stuff. So you should definitely go check them all out after you watch this video. But yeah, so finishing up with my style here. And obviously I'm drawing Lucy. I thought he'd be the easiest for this. He's very easy for me to draw, and I thought he'd suit these styles pretty well. So the second style I decided to do was LavenderTowne, who you guys have probably seen her videos on YouTube and stuff. She's very popular. I really wanted to do her style because I thought it was just very unique and different from my own. I just like the way that she does eyes and stuff like that with like a unique shape for like the iris or pupil. I thought that was pretty cool. I think the hardest part with this style was trying to do everything kind of like one stroke. LavenderTowne has kind of a like wibbly sort of style is how I describe it. The line work can be kind of like shaky and I guess you could say like messy, even though it like looks good. But this is very different for me because I'm very anal retentive about my lines and getting everything smooth and clean and stuff like that. But yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this one. It's very different from my own, very different from anything I've ever done, really. You know, it's way more cartoony than my own style, and, you know, figuring out the coloring was interesting because, at least in the references I chose, the skin color was just a flat white, which I ended up changing to like a very, very light skin tone because, I don't know, I just wanted to. But yeah, after that style, I decided to go ahead and draw in HamletMachine style. HamletMachine is an artist that I have looked up to and followed for many, many, many years. I think I was probably like 15 or 16 when I started following them on DeviantArt and reading Starfighter and all that sort of stuff. And they're one of my biggest inspirations, and honestly, probably one of the reasons that I am where I am today. I really loved their style, and it was just really cool to me to see an art style that wasn't like anime, and still be so like good looking and, you know, appealing and aesthetically pleasing to the eye. I just really liked it. It kind of introduced me to like the semi-realism style, and, you know, I just kind of went from there. When you look at my art compared to HamletMachine's art, obviously there's a lot of differences, but yeah, they were just a very big inspiration in finding my own style and drawing the way that I draw today. And as for coloring, I went with a kind of simple thing. I didn't want to do too much. HamletMachine works in a lot of grayscale, so that's kind of what I went with. Just more of a monochromatic color scheme up in there. And the next one I chose to do was UnknownSpy, who is another artist here on YouTube. They do animation memes and stuff like that. They can pump out a lot of animation memes. I'm jealous. I can't animate that fast. But yeah, I decided to try out their style. It's, again, very, very different from my own. So I thought it would be a nice challenge. Yeah, the like line work is a lot heavier and a lot like, I wouldn't say blockier, but like just a lot more liney, a lot more geometric, which isn't something I really do. So, you know, I sure did have a time trying to figure out how to do that and how to translate, you know, Lucy into that style. But I think it turned out okay for the most part. I know UnknownSpy has a lot of like non-human characters, so it was kind of tough finding like, you know, references that I could use because they have a lot of like, you know, like sort of like alien-y characters. So, you know, I was just trying to find like people, but I found a couple, I guess. It was really interesting too to do the different sort of coloring style on this one. Worked with some gradients there, which isn't the easiest thing to do in Procreate. You kind of have to mess around with it a bit, but I do like how it turned out. I think it turned out like something. I don't know if it necessarily looks like UnknownSpy's style, but it sure doesn't look like my art style, so I guess that's a win in my book. Let's see. And next, I went with Skaroy. Skaroy? I'm not really exactly sure how to pronounce it. In my head, I always just pronounce it Skaroy. So interestingly enough, with Skaroy, a lot of people tend to mistake their art for mine a lot. It's very weird. I get tagged all the time and stuff on like Instagram that's like credit to Pompadourkery, and I'll like look at the art and it's Skaroy's art, not even mine. So that's interesting because honestly our styles look nothing alike. So I'm not really sure why their art gets mistaken for my art, why mine would get mistaken for theirs, whatever. I really don't know where it comes from, but it sure does happen quite a lot. It's weird too because like our characters don't even look the same. So yeah, I'm not entirely certain where all that comes from. What I did notice starting with this style is a lot of artists do a thing that I don't do, which is coloring their line art. Yeah, I don't do that. I usually just leave my line art black, or on the rare occasion I'll make it like a really dark brown or dark purple, something like that. But for the most part, it's just left black. But yeah, a lot of these artists will like, you know, change some of the inner lines to be like a skin color, change the lines in the hair, stuff like that, which was really interesting for me to do because it's not something I normally do. So I really had to adjust to that and figure out the correct colors to use and all that, which I struggled with a little bit. Funny enough, I'd say that Skaroy's is the one that I feel like least looks like their style. I'm not really sure. Just something about it reads just more like anime, plain anime, than Skaroy's actual style. I really don't know what it was. I still like how it turned out. I don't know how well it matched their style. I tried though. It's very soft and cute, so I'm happy with that. And then the next style I chose to do was Apselene, who also does animations on YouTube. Now their YouTube style and like how they draw, from what I've seen with their animations and stuff, is very, very different from their like painterly style. So I tried to go more with the painterly style because I had a lot of like, you know, just sort of flat-ish color things already. So I wanted to try something that had a little bit more. I definitely don't do this sort of art very often. I rarely do painterly stuff because I am a sucker for some nice thick line art. But yeah, what was really interesting to me about Apselene's painterly style is just how like dark and standoutish like the eyes still were, despite everything else being kind of soft. So I thought that was neat, and I tried to capture that, and I am not sure how well I did. I tried. It's something. Whether or not it's Absoluteney style, you know, you can decide. But yeah, at the very least, I tried something different with the painterly style, and surprisingly enough, it didn't take me that much longer to do than the other styles. It took about the same amount of time as drawing in my own style did, which I found pretty interesting, seeing as I kind of had no idea what I was doing or where I was going with it. But yeah, it was interesting to try and do this sort of style with Lucy, because I'm so used to just drawing him very cutesy and animu. So drawing him in this like semi-realism, painterly sort of thing was very different for me. I think one of the hardest parts with all of these styles is translating his hair into these styles, because a lot of these styles draw a lot of girls with like pretty wavy hair and long hair and whatever. So drawing his little bowl cut was very interesting to try to do with these different styles. That was probably one of my biggest struggles with all of this. So as you can see with some of them, they're a little more bowl-like than others. So the next style I chose to go with was an artist I follow on Instagram called reikiix. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, I'll link everything in the description. But yeah, I've been following them on Instagram for a really long time. And I think they do have a YouTube as well where they do speed paints and stuff. What really drew me to their style is the fact that there are a lot of similarities between their style and my style, but they're executed in such different ways that it makes everything different, I guess. So it was really interesting to try and do this style and not make it look like my own, which I think I succeeded with in the end. It doesn't look like my style at all, which is good. But yeah, just little things like the nose, the little like circle thing on the nose that I like to do as well. Kind of the lips. I don't do them exactly like that, but it's similar. Yeah. So this one was really fun to do, and I think it turned out pretty nice. I really enjoy how it turned out. I really love the eyes. I think they look really cool. I love the little mouth. I don't know, I love drawing mouths. They're really fun for me. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing this one. I thought it turned out nice and cute. I don't know what else to say about it. This one surprisingly took me the longest, I think, out of all of them, which is really weird. I'm not entirely sure why, because I don't think I really got too distracted and while drawing or whatever. I think I was watching Shrek the Musical at the time of drawing this one, so I don't know how distracted I was. Who knows? But yeah, I don't know why this one took me so long. Nevertheless, I like it, as I've stated already. There's still a lot of time left in this one, so I'm not really sure what else to say about it, other than that it turned out nice, I guess. Boop, boop, boop. I'm really bad at talking in these sort of videos. Just bad at talking in general, I guess. Everyone says that I sound like I'm in tears and ready to cry, and I swear I'm not. This is just what my voice sounds like. Yeah, drawing. We sure do love that here in this home. But yeah, this is another style that did the colored line art thing. I think, honestly, most of these did the colored line art thing besides HamletMachines and I think UnknownSpys. I think most of the rest of them had and then LavenderTowne. But yeah, most of them had the colored line art thing going on, which I thought was interesting. I didn't realize just how many people did that sort of thing. Another thing I noticed throughout all these styles is they all have a very similar little neck shadow. I thought that was an interesting observation. I don't know where it comes from. Maybe from like Disney and cartoons and stuff. I do like it though. I like how it looks. Alright, and then the next style I went with is another artist I follow on Instagram who I've been following for a really long time, called peachcosmos. I really wanted to do their style because it's just so unique, and just the brushes they use and just the way they color and like the overlays they add to everything. I thought it was really, really cool, so I really wanted to try it out. There's a child sobbing outside. Sorry, I live in a very loud apartment complex. But yeah, this one was really, really fun. I had to fiddle around with the brush settings a little bit to get one that looked similar enough. But yeah, once I found that, it turned out real nice. I really like how this one looks. I think I captured it pretty well, which is neat. I edited the colors a little bit from my usual Lucy palette to fit the art style a little bit more, which, that's something you just gotta do sometimes to fit whatever you're drawing. I do have like default colors for all my characters set up in little palettes, so I don't have to go back and forth and color pick stuff. But, sometimes you have to edit stuff, and I'm very stubborn about it, but I was forced to do it with these, so I did it. Yeah, this one I really do like it. It's just so different from my own style, and it's really cool to like just try out these different styles and just wonder like, wow, this is what this person draws like every time they draw. That's really interesting and cool. Because I'm so used to my own style and just being like, this is the way. How can anyone draw any different from this? It just feels natural. So the last style that I went with is yet another artist I follow on Instagram called Parallel. Their style is, again, just like really different from my own. It's very crisp lines. It's I don't know if I'd describe it as anime. I don't know. It's very cute. But yeah, they have very, very crisp, solid lines and just really vibrant colors, which I thought was neat. And just the eye shape that they use is really cool. And, eye shape was another thing I struggled a lot with a lot of these, because Lucy has a, I wouldn't say unique eye shape. He just has a specific eye shape, which is the rounded upper lid and the flat lower lid. So I tried to make sure I kept that consistent through all of these, which I think I succeeded in for the most part. I try. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing Parallel's style, and I think it turned out really nicely. It's definitely a challenge getting these like super, nice smooth lines. I don't remember if I used the streamline function on this brush that I was using or not, but it turned out fine. I also really, really liked the way that they portray the eyes showing through the hair and all that. I think it's really neat looking. It's similar to how I do it, but like it just has like a little extra step, and I think it's really nice. And again, with this one, I edited the colors a little bit to fit the art style better. Made everything a little more pink and purple, a little more saturated. And of course, I made his little mole a heart because I thought that would be cute. Yeah, this one again took me a bit more time than the others. I think it was just getting that line art really crisp and clean, and then doing all the coloring of the line art. These things take time. But yeah, I had a really fun time doing this art style challenge. I think overall it took me 9 hours to do the entire thing, all 9 pieces. So it's averaging about an hour per piece, though some of them I know took less time. I think the shortest one was like 45 minutes, something like that. And I think the longest was like an hour and 30 minutes. But it's not too bad, an hour for a headshot. It's still funny that mine took me one of the longest as well. But, sometimes we're just a little extra. But yeah, I definitely recommend everyone try out something like this. It's really fun exercise to do. Of course, you know, don't keep copying someone's style forever, but it's just fun to do as an exercise. So yeah, go check out these artists. I'll leave all the links in the description, and thank you guys for watching.